The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Now at 7, the father of a Lincoln County toddler who was found dead in the Siletz River back in March is now being charged.
Plus, a courtroom clash over presidential power and states' rights, why a judge is now questioning whether the feds may have crossed the line. Thomas Schultz joins us live with the latest.
And we're also live in Ridgefield this morning for a look at some haunted Halloween fun. Sunrise streaming live at 7 starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Corey Johnson in for Drew Carney today. Let's get things right over to your forecast with Rod. Hey, Rod.
I'm going to do you a favor. You ready?
Go.
Yes.
Instead of looking at me,
Okay.
I'm going to get out of the way. Here it comes. Look how pretty this is.
Oh,
Wow, yeah.
gorgeous.
So remember at this time yesterday we had fog and you really couldn't even see the interstate bridge. None of that this morning. East winds started to pick up overnight as expected, so we have great visibility. That's the Vancouver sky cam. And it is cold, 35 out of Pearson Airfield. There's Mount Hood again, obviously, but this time from the camera out at the Chehalem Tasting Room in Sherwood. So beautiful sky cameras this morning, awaiting the sunup time, which will come our way after 7:30 this morning. 46 out in wine country. Your temperature depends on whether or not you're picking up just a little bit of east wind or not. Sunrise 7:48. We'll go about 40 on average out the door this morning. 53 at noon. We're expecting some passing cloudiness. No rain threat, and the passing cloudiness means instead of just an all-out sunny day, it'll be kind of partly sunny with temperatures in the upper 50s to about 60. That's your update.
All right, thank you, Rod. We do have a quick traffic alert for you today. ODOT says it will have what are called rolling slowdowns as crews do some work on the roadways. That work is going right now until 2 in the afternoon. So you can expect slowdowns and lane closures on sections of I-5, I-405, and I-84, and also I-205. That is for scheduled graffiti cleanup. Meanwhile, on Highway 217 in Beaverton, crews will be performing emergency pothole repairs. So check tripcheck.com for the latest on those slowdowns.
Well, the state of Oregon is squaring off with the Trump administration once again. Oregon looking to turn a temporary restraining order blocking the deployment of troops into something more permanent.
And Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Portland. So Thomas, what do we learn from the trial so far?
Yeah, guys, well, the most startling revelation so far in the first day of the trial is that 9 National Guard troops were actually deployed outside the ICE facility after the judge issued a temporary restraining order preventing that, theoretically at least, from happening. The judge told Trump administration lawyers yesterday in trial, we'll discuss later whether that's contempt. The courtroom was packed as Oregon, California, and the city of Portland take on the Trump administration. The trial began with Portland police taking the stand, testifying they have control of the situation outside the ICE facility in South Portland. For months, a small group of protesters have gathered outside the building, occasionally clashing with federal officers. Oregon, California, and Portland argued the Trump administration is overstepping its authority by deploying National Guard troops.
This is a systematic attempt by the president to really attack pillars of our democracy.
The feds argue the president has the right to deploy federalized troops, saying federal officers at the ICE facility are stretched thin and need help protecting the building. The state of Oregon is seeking a permanent injunction to block troop deployment. Now, we spoke to legal experts who say that this case has broad-reaching implications for either state sovereignty or giving more power to the presidential authority as well. Still, regardless of what happens, an appeal is expected in the case. So, guys, this is far from being over.
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. And while the courts grapple with whether sending troops down here is justified, last night protesters once again leaned into what makes Portland weird by holding a dance party outside the ICE building.
And this morning, police say after monitoring the ICE building last night, they did not see any disruptive behavior and that no new arrests were made. KGW's Alma McCarty was there last night and brings us the details.
While a DJ sets up speakers outside Portland's ICE facility.
Liberty and freedom, a government that serves the people, not a people that are subservient to the government.
Vincent Hawkins assembles small American flags to hand out to the small crowd.
It feels like democracy itself is under threat. It really is.
It's what's driven him to keep coming back here week after week.
This is a stage. We know it. The guys in uniform up on the roof know that this is a stage. They're trying to produce propaganda. They're trying to produce content that says Portland's full of criminals.
To combat that narrative,
the bravest form of whimsy you'll ever see.
I know it sounds cliche, but love does always win.
Wednesday's crew, neither large nor violent, certainly showed passion. From the inflatable costumes, a new protest staple, to an appearance by a llama.
And 99% of the time down here, it is still whimsical and fun. And that's what we're about, is community and connecting, because through that we can, become more resilient.
That was incredible! Dance protests, the idea to dance, to show feelings, to represent a cause, that is not new at all. It is global. It seeps into every culture across ages, and it's beautiful.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Family and friends of a Hillsborough man detained earlier this month by federal agents are demanding his release. Victor Cruz was detained by authorities, even though, according to his family, he had the paperwork proving that he could legally live and work in the country. Family members say agents were searching for a different individual with the same name, someone who had reportedly had a criminal record.
This administration is working hard to divide us, painting immigrants as animals, lying and saying they're only detaining criminals, but we have seen that's not true.
So many people have green cards and have been in America for years. They are sad and they don't understand. They are not criminals.
Cruz is currently being held in Tacoma. We reached out to Homeland Security, but they did not clarify why Cruz was detained.
And the father of a Lincoln County toddler who disappeared and was found dead is now being charged with child neglect. 2-year-old Dane Paulson went missing from his home in Siletz in March, sparking a massive 10-day search. His body was later found in the Siletz River. Now, at the time, investigators said there was no foul play, but new court documents say Dane's father, Aaron Paulson, left him unattended long enough to put his safety at risk. Aaron is now set to be arraigned next week.
Vancouver police are asking for help finding a missing woman. So take a good look at your screen now. 52-year-old Angelica Maxwell Shire, also known as Angel Shire, hasn't been seen in several months. She was last spotted near 4th Plain Boulevard and Anderson Road. Angel's about 5'7", 170 pounds with blue eyes and blonde hair. Police say that she usually walks with a hunch and a shuffle. Anyone with information is asked to call Vancouver police. It is time to get spooky and scary, because this morning we are at the Holiday House on 3rd and Richfield to check out their amazing Halloween display. It's complete with a hand-built farmhouse. They have customized props. A lot going on there. I'm sure it takes a lot of preparation and planning, months in advance. And if you want to check out the house for yourself, we have the address listed on your screen right there. They do have the lights on each night starting at 6 p.m. until midnight. If you want more of the house, they also do a ton of decorations during Christmas. You can follow them on social media at the Holiday House on 3rd.
Well, I'm just excited to lay out candy. This makes me excited to go buy it.
Yes. Gets you in the spirit.
Yes, put it out and then eat whatever's left over.
Wow, it'd be fun to go trick-or-treating there.
It would?
I mean, I can get away with it, really.
I'm sorry?
Well, I can. I might give it a whirl. Hey, this is going to be a good day. We have some passing mid to high level cloudiness expected. So basically, instead of a sunny blue sky, we're going to see kind of partly sunny, filtered sun at times. That's this first batch of clouds right here. This is the next rainmaker, and the timing has sped up. And it now looks like it's absolutely likely that it will be raining during the trick-or-treat hours tomorrow evening, 6 to 9 p.m. All right, east winds. We expected these to pick up overnight, and they have, and they've been getting stronger. Now gusting to 28 in Troutdale. That's why you folks in Gresham are waking up to temperatures at about 50 degrees. And then we have an east wind riding the Columbia all the way to Astoria. That's gusting there to about 29. If you don't have any wind at your place, there's a good chance you're waking up in the 30s. So a bit of a morning chill. Here's the blue sky over our state capital. Gorgeous morning, 37 down in Salem. There's the chill. And here's the Pioneer Park building looking out over the square and the courthouse. And you can see early morning sun is awaiting us. We're at 41 degrees out at PDX right now. Other temperatures, battleground, I love saying this. There could be frost on the pumpkin. 33 up in Clark County right now. We've got 48 in Beaverton, 46 in Oregon City, and 44 out in Silverton. Whenever we have a clear sky with a bit of an east wind blowing, the temperature variance is really large. This is a good day, though, later on. Most of our state will look at high temperatures, 50 or better, with the passing cloudiness expected from west to eastern areas of our state. Tomorrow, it's about 60 today. Tomorrow, cloudy, dry in the morning, dry in the afternoon, but then the rain later in the day into the evening. And that's steady rain all night. All of Saturday morning breaks into showers at some point later in the day on Saturday. And that is your forecast for now. Hey, by the way, my winter outlook, which we debuted here on Sunrise yesterday morning, we then later in the day taped about a 15-minute segment, and it gets into great detail. It's on all of our KGW platforms, so you can go to your normal bookmarks, or you can just simply search Rod Hill's Winter Outlook, and it'll pop up. I hope you watch it. Last year, some 100,000 people watched it. We hope to do as well this year. All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, we do, Rod. Thanks.
But now here we are today with another, gaping hole here. So.
Neighbors fed up after a semi-crash closes the Stark Street Bridge yet again. Be it bad luck or just bad design. We'll take a look at why it keeps happening. Plus, entire towns underwater and hospitals destroyed. A look at the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Melissa as Jamaica begins its long road to recovery. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues in just 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Well, the Stark Street Bridge in Troutdale is one of the only options to cross the Sandy River in the area. And yesterday, it was closed for most of the day after a semi-truck crash. As KGW's Catherine Cook reports, this is a reoccurring problem that has many locals frustrated.
There are bridge closures, but in Troutdale, you call this thing on the Stark Street Bridge
again
a trigger.
Again, yes.
More on why in a minute. First, enter the semi-truck. Around 11:30 Wednesday morning, Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies say the truck turned right onto the bridge, then crashed into this concrete wall. The impact launched a big chunk of stone facade down to the Sandy riverbank and crumpled the pedestrian bridge fence. The driver wasn't hurt.
From witnesses' accounts, he was traveling at speed, didn't slow down for the turn.
Tyler Kunter with Multnomah County's road department says that happens a lot here. So many times, in fact, that last fall, the county closed the bridge for 6 months to repair sustained damage and restore structural integrity. They just reopened the bridge in March.
But now here we are today with another, gaping hole here. So.
For people who live and work in this community, the Stark Street Bridge closures and the crashes that cause them are more than an inconvenience.
It's a livelihood of our area. We need it, lifeblood. It really is. It's very important to be able to cross there, and it saves a lot of time.
We use it almost daily. Everybody does who lives in Corbett.
It's lost effort, it's revenue, it's costs.
Kunter says ideally trucks would be restricted from making right-hand turns onto the bridge, but it's not just up to Multnomah County. While they own the bridge, the state owns the highway, so they're working on a solution together. Kunter says it's just one example of why the county needs funding to maintain aging roads and bridges.
Ultimately, a new bridge here. This bridge was originally built when we had, Model T trucks. So.
Fortunately, crews say after this crash, the bridge is still structurally safe for vehicles. And after some repairs for pedestrian safety, they reopened it Wednesday night.
Yay! It did not look like that was going to be the case from the pictures that I saw.
And while they worry about the next one,
in order to make this turn, trucks have to really slow down.
They'll cross that bridge,
swing wide,
when they get to it. In Troutdale, Catherine Cook, KGW News. We are learning more about the damage and devastation in Jamaica caused by Hurricane Melissa. This is drone footage. You can see damaged buildings, roofs torn off, trees uprooted, and debris littering the streets. The storm is responsible for at least 30 deaths across the Caribbean. Yeah, Melissa is currently a Category 2 as it makes its way toward Bermuda. Sherelle Hubert has more details on the dire situation playing out across the region.
Cleanup and recovery are underway in the Caribbean following Hurricane Melissa. In Jamaica, residents and police seen clearing roads and removing downed trees Wednesday after the storm tore across the island. In the aftermath, communities are left with widespread flooding, debris, and power outages.
Hurricanes and earthquakes is not unusual to Jamaica, but Melissa perhaps has been the greatest one that we have experienced.
Melissa made landfall in Jamaica Tuesday as a Category 5 hurricane. By early Wednesday, the storm weakened to Category 3 strength when it hit Cuba. Video shows rain rushing down flooded streets and into homes in Santiago de Cuba. Cuba's government saying overflowing rivers cut off more than 140,000 people. Officials in Jamaica say residents in areas devastated by the storm are also trapped.
We also need to get food to these areas because a lot of these people are cut off and do need food supplies flown into them.
Many roads impassable. Several ambulances headed for Jamaica's hard-hit west coast got stuck in the mud. The entire country declared a disaster area by the Prime Minister.
Historic buildings, churches, courthouse, the parish council, and all the heritage buildings have been destroyed.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
You know, I think it's safe to say that was the worst case scenario for Jamaica. Remember, the winds were sustained when that eye wall was closing in on 10 miles from Jamaica. 185 mile per hour sustained winds. The gusts were like 225. Yeah. And we'll see how long it takes them to recover. 30 people's lives lost. And now the storm is down to 105 miles per hour. It's over open waters, moving north toward Bermuda. It will stay away from the United States. Here's a look at what's happening with our weather. We have this rainmaker, which is a good one. This is the one that we've been tracking for Halloween. The timing has sped up somewhat this morning, which means it's now looking increasingly likely that it will be raining. There was some hope that maybe just some light stuff, or maybe somehow we avoid it during the trick-or-treat hours, but now it looks like the hope is vanishing and it will be raining. This is just mid to high level cloudiness passing today. That's starting to push inland. Here it is from Chinook Woods Casino Resort in Lincoln City. This is going to be a nice day. No rain chance at all. Not that rain is bad, but no rain chance at all today, and passing cloudiness for kind of partly sunny skies expected. Temperatures in Lincoln City this morning have been running in the 40s to about 50 degrees. Here's the Vancouver, the Springs at the waterfront camera. One of those mornings where the early morning sunrise colors are just gorgeous. Look at the yellow there. Looking obviously mostly clear skies. Looking at Mount Hood, it's cold. 35 is the number. 36 up in Kelso, 37 Salem, PDX is at 41. It's now 17 out in Baker City. I'm pretty sure at least the mornings I've been working, that's the coldest temperature at the airport out there in Baker County that I've seen. Here's Futurecast. This is just mid to high level passing cloudiness today. And then if it stays on cue, once the clouds pass later today, we could go back to just beautiful sunny blue skies. Clouds for your Halloween. This is noon. Raindrops already potentially Astoria and Long Beach. Here we are, right about the time the kids head out at 6 p.m. And now it looks like the main rain band could in fact be from Salem, Portland up into Vancouver and Longview, and from Newport northward. So if that's the case, it'll be raining steadily across our entire region all evening. This is 9 p.m. And then it continues to rain pretty much steady all night. It's raining when you wake up Saturday morning. Could still be steady rain at noon tomorrow. And then later in the day at some point, that moves through and you'll notice the rain starting to break up. And then Sunday still looks to be a day that's pretty quiet with a scattered shower threat. If anything, the chance of rain looks better in terms of a passing shower Sunday morning and a little bit not as good of a chance Sunday afternoon. All right, how much rain? Well, this is what sets up late tomorrow through into Saturday afternoon. This shows 1 to 2 at the coast. Could be an inch of rain in the valley. All weather models show Portland and Vancouver and Salem at least pick up a half of an inch. So pretty good soak. Back to today's forecast, upper 50s to about 60 of some passing clouds. Light winds, if you don't typically see east wind. If you get the east wind, you'll notice the occasional gust along the Columbia River. Track low is already blown to 30 in Camas, so could be up to 35 today. I've got Portland reaching 60. We hit 60 yesterday. 58 tomorrow with the rain coming in later in the day, breaking into showers the back half of Saturday. A Sunday scattered shower chance. Now, it's pretty wet from Monday afternoon, actually all the way into day 8, which will be Thursday of next week. That's your update.
Thank you, Ron. President Trump meeting with China's president to talk trade after announcing new nuclear tests on social media. We'll have the latest coming up when Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Well, President Trump is on his way back to Washington, D.C. this morning after ending his 3-stop tour through Asia with a meeting with China's president. Now, that meeting took place moments after the president made a surprise announcement on social media. NBC's Tracy Wilkins explains.
President Donald Trump declared he wants to begin testing America's nuclear weapons just before his meeting with China's President Xi Jinping in South Korea, later explaining it wasn't Xi that prompted the announcement.
The meeting.
It had to do with others.
On Truth Social, the president posted the United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country and went on to express concerns that Russia and China will catch up with the U.S. in 5 years. Trump said he wanted the testing to be done on an equal basis with other countries, but did not elaborate on what that would look like. Democratic Senator Jackie Rosen reacting on X, saying, "This directly contradicts the commitments I secured from Trump nominees who've told me explosive nuclear testing would not happen." Returning from South Korea on Air Force One, Trump called the meeting with Xi a success.
I guess on the scale of from 0 to 10, with 10 being the best, I would say the meeting was a 12. Okay, I think it was a 12.
The two leaders discussed fentanyl, the export of China's rare earth minerals, and trade, prompting Trump to lower tariffs on goods from China to 47% from 57%.
It was an outstanding group of decisions, I think, that was made. A lot of decisions were made, too. There wasn't too much left out there.
In Washington, Tracy Wilkins, NBC News.
And now to your morning rush. The government shutdown is nearing 1 month and the impact is growing. Millions could lose food assistance as SNAP benefits run out November 1st. Airport staffing shortages are also raising safety concerns and federal workers are missing paychecks. The Congressional Budget Office warns the economy could lose up to $14 billion if the stalemate continues. Plus, the Senate has voted to block President Trump's tariffs on Canada. The bipartisan resolution passed 50-46, with 4 Republicans joining Democrats. The measure still faces long odds in the House, however. Now, it follows a similar Senate vote Tuesday targeting tariffs on Brazil, with another trade vote expected later today. And former Illinois Deputy Sean Grayson has been found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old woman who had called 911 about a possible prowler. The jury deliberated about 11 hours before returning the verdict. Grayson now faces 4 to 20 years in prison and is scheduled for sentencing on January 29th. And that's your morning rush. Coming up, the Federal Reserve is cutting rates despite not having economic data due to the government shutdown. More on that coming up in our next half hour. Plus,
my phone rang one day and the head ice technician for World Curling called and he was like, "Hey, so we have this thing called the Olympics. Do you want to go?"
a Vancouver woman is making her way to the Olympics. A look at her unique skill that has her laying the foundation for Team USA's curling team. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues right after this.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Good morning. Starting off with beautiful weather outside. I'm Rod Hill on this Thursday. No fog because east winds have started to pick up out of the gorge. That stops fog formation, if you will. Here's a pretty early morning shot from the Vancouver The Springs at the waterfront camera looking at the Interstate Bridge. Pretty quiet at the moment, and there's Mount Hood, of course, in the distance. Here is mainly a clear sky out on the west side as well from the Reserve Golf Course out in Aloha. 41 is the temperature there. This is a completely dry day. We are expecting a passage of some mid to high level clouds. So instead of just being sunny, kind of a partly sunny day, statewide, by the way, 53 degrees at noon, and we'll get up to about 60. Okay, tomorrow, Halloween. Still looks like we're all dry tonight, all dry tomorrow morning into the afternoon hours. But that chance of some rain catching us later in the day is now becoming likely rain. So expect it to be raining for the trick-or-treat hours. That steady rain band stays with us all the way into Saturday afternoon before it starts to break up.
Good morning. We are taking a beautiful live look from our Salem sky cam right now as the sun makes its way up. You can see the pink in the skies, you can see the blues in the clouds, you can see all of the colors of the foliage popping out.
I see a rabbit.
There's a rabbit?
There's got to be one somewhere, right?
Where's Waldo?
I love fall foliage. That was just so picturesque.
Yeah.
Screams fall.
It's been really pretty this year.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't get vivid color when you have dry falls, which we can have, but we've basically had normal rainfall, and it's made a difference. Here's that same camera I've got loaded as well, and it looks like we're almost getting ready to go over the hump. Past peak. I've been watching this every day and just enjoying the colors. Temperature in Salem is 37 degrees. It's chilly out there. We have mostly clear to partly cloudy skies right now. Really no fog because east winds did start to pick up overnight. They're currently gusting to 30 out at the airport in Troutdale. 41 is the number in PDX. So some breezy east wind spots, but if you don't get the east wind, you'll have light winds today. We're going to have some passing mid to high cloudiness for kind of a partly sunny day. 53 at noon, 60 at 5 o'clock. No rain chance until we get into, yes, I think it's going to be raining during the trick-or-treat hours tomorrow night. Okay, there you have it.
All right, thanks, Rod. We are currently tracking a traffic alert near Tigard. It's a crash that's closed the right two lanes of I-5 North near the exit to 217. And this is a live look right now at the scene. You can see multiple emergency officials out there at this time. It looks like those lanes pushed down to just one lane, so definitely going to create some delays for us this morning. Emergency crews, again, still at the scene, as you can see, and we will continue to follow the impacts of that crash and let you know as we learn more.
And another quick traffic alert for you today. ODOT says it will have what they're calling rolling slowdowns as crews do some work on the roadways. That work is going on right now and will last until 2 in the afternoon. You can expect slowdowns and lane closures on sections of I-5, I-405, I-84, and I-205. That is for scheduled graffiti cleanup. Meanwhile, on Highway 217 in Beaverton, crews will be performing emergency pothole repairs. So check tripcheck.com for the latest on those slowdowns.
New this morning, police in Vancouver are looking for a rape suspect they say cut off his ankle monitor and failed to appear in court on Wednesday. Take a look at your screen right here. This is Todd Hubbard. Police posted on Facebook that he was ordered to wear a GPS ankle monitor as part of his pretrial release conditions and was scheduled to also plead guilty Wednesday, but he did not show up. If you see him, you're asked to call 911.
Tomorrow, SNAP benefits are set to be cut off for more than 40 million Americans. More than 24 states are suing the federal government to release the funding.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us in downtown Portland. Now, Thomas, what are state leaders saying about this?
Yeah, well, guys, Governor Tina Kotek is saying that it's unacceptable that families are being used, in her words, as leverage during this political standoff while the federal government continues to be shut down. Yesterday, she allocated $5 million to Oregon food banks as part of an emergency order. That declaration is going to last for 60 days through the holiday season. The money will come from the State Department of Human Services, which will send money from a temporary Assistance for Needy Families fund. The governor is also calling on Oregonians to help out struggling neighbors. Some businesses are already heeding the call before SNAP benefits close. Heretic Coffee in Southeast Portland is giving out meals to those in need. And they've raised more than $200,000 already to many who are struggling.
Earlier this week, we had this 10, 11-year-old kid come in by himself and asked if he could get the SNAP breakfast a couple of days early. And that made us angry, I think, in the right way. And it also just broke our hearts.
And look, guys, it isn't just people in Oregon, whether businesses or the state, that's doing something similar. Up in Washington, Governor Bob Ferguson is allocating $2 million each week to Washington food banks. He says that'll continue until SNAP benefits are restored.
Our Thomas Schultz reporting live for us this morning. Thank you, Thomas. Police are now looking for a person who was in the area of Mill Park neighborhood in Southeast Portland Sunday morning, shortly before a fire sparked at the home of Portland City Councilor Candace Avalos. So police released this video, and they say the person in it is not a suspect, but they still want to speak with them about what they may have seen or heard. Authorities do not believe Avalos was targeted.
Well, the government shutdown has forced the Federal Reserve to make its latest interest rate decision without a key piece of data. Karen Kaifa has more on what that means for your wallet.
The Federal Reserve making its latest decision on interest rates without the full picture of how the U.S. economy is faring.
There is no risk-free path for policy as we navigate this tension between our employment and inflation goals. Our framework calls for us to take a balanced approach in promoting both sides of our dual mandate.
The ongoing federal government shutdown has suspended most of the economic data the Fed relies on. That includes the Labor Department's jobs report for September, which should have released October 3rd.
It's not to say that we don't know what's happening with the U.S. economy right now, but we would have a much better idea and a higher degree of confidence if the federal government were operating and releasing the data that we're accustomed to getting.
The Fed can lean on employment data from the private sector as well as its regional banks. And while government inflation data for September did release last Friday, Bankrate's Mark Hamrick says the labor market is really in the Fed's focus.
Inflation is rising at an annual rate of 3%. That's still a long way away from the Fed's 2% target. But the Fed is primarily concerned now about a job market which has essentially frozen.
Justin Wolfers, professor of economics and public policy at the University of Michigan, says the central bank will likely take upcoming rate cuts with caution.
What it's doing right now is actually just taking its foot off that brake and moving us back to neutral. We'll coast for a little while until we can figure out what the next step needs to be.
Meaning, economists say, consumer relief on mortgages, auto loans, and credit card debt will come slowly, too. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
And here's a look at some of your other consumer headlines. Obesity rates in the U.S. are dropping thanks in part to injectable weight loss drugs. So a new Gallup poll shows adult obesity fell to 37% this year, down from 39.5% 3 years ago. Use of medications like Ozempic and Wegovy have more than doubled in the last year and a half.
Well, someone could win a frightening amount of money this Halloween without any tricks or treats. Now, the Mega Millions jackpot has reached $754 million. That's the largest ever on October 31st. Now, winners can choose a one-time payment of just under $353 million. I think that's a pretty big payout for them. Now, by the way, no one has ever won the Mega Millions on Halloween before.
And Halloween being tomorrow. And if you are planning on booking an Airbnb really quick to throw a Halloween bash, you might want to think again. Airbnb is once again rolling out its anti-party system for the holidays. The company says technology evaluates the potential risk for a party by reviewing the length of the reservation, the distance from the guest's location, and the time of the booking. High-risk bookings will be blocked. Airbnb says last year the policy prevented more than 40,000 people across the U.S. and Canada from booking entire homes for Halloween. That sounds like a buzzkill, but I get it. All All right, it is time to get spooky. We were at the Holiday House on 3rd in Ridgefield earlier this morning to check out their amazing Halloween display, complete with a hand-built farmhouse and customized props and whatever that is. If you want, you can check out the house for yourself. We do have the address listed on your screen there for you. They do have lights on each night starting at 6 p.m. until midnight. And if you want even more of the house, they also do a ton of decorations during Christmas. And you can follow them on social media at the Holiday House on 3rd.
Well, Halloween decor at that level, that's just goals. I mean, everyone should aspire to that, right?
And I'm sure Rod and I are on the same page when we're thinking about how expensive it is to...
Yeah, that's not cheap.
No.
I mean, a lot of those just inflatables people put in the yards, those things are like $300 and up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're expensive. Here's Timberline Lodge this morning. Our cameras are all gorgeous. East winds picked up as expected overnight, currently gusting to 30 out along the Columbia River, coming out of the gorge. So that stopped fog down low. Of course, this camera is up high at Timberline, but just showcasing the really pretty early sunrise colors. Same temperature up top as we have down low this morning, by the way. 40 up at Timberline, 42 at PDX. Battleground flirting with freezing, so might be some frost on the pumpkin, the old saying, up in parts of Clark County this morning. And the reason it's 50 again in Gresham and Troutdale is because, that's right, the wind's moving the air so the temperatures don't settle down. Salem's been quiet this morning and chilly, 37, also 37 over in Almsville. Phineas is our KGW pet of the day. Again, we've changed this if you haven't noticed. So now it's pet of the day at KGW.com. I'm pretty sure starting next week, I've been told that we're going to have some really fun other than dog pets on some of our photos. So yeah, let's get a little crazy with this. There's Phineas this morning, all dressed up for Halloween. All right, passing cloudiness will come off the Pacific and work across all of our state today. Instead of sunny blue, it's going to be some periods of filtered sun, but really a nice day overall, minus the east winds that are blowing, and daytime highs primarily will be in the 50s. Here's the 7-day. So we could hit 60 today. We did it yesterday. Tomorrow, if you're just turning on the TV or the streaming channel here, we are now expecting likely rain for the trick-or-treat evening hours. And it could be pretty good rain, like good moderate rain coming down. And that rain that starts late tomorrow is steady all the way into Saturday afternoon before it starts to break up. And that is your update. Back to you. Hey, I've got my winter outlook. It is posted on KGW Plus that you're watching right now and all of our other platforms. I think Facebook has a link. Our YouTube page has it up, KGW.com. We did roughly a 15-minute version of this that really gets into great detail and takes us through all of our thought processes. Rod's Winter Outlook. If you just Google that, it'll pop up as well. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod. Hey, still to come on Sunrise, precision, skill, and a little ice magic. Coming up on Sunrise, how one Oregon woman went from watching the Olympics to creating the perfect curling ice for Team USA. But first, we wanted to remind you that the KGW Great Toy Drive starts next week. So that means this week is your last chance to sign up as a collection site. If you're a local business or organization, maybe you're hosting a holiday event or a work party. All of you can help. Just go to kgw.com/toy to sign up. And when you do, we will send you the official Great Toy Drive collection kit. We'll be right back.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news, live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Yesterday, we started our countdown to the Winter Olympics, which you will be able to watch right here on KGW and NBC. So if yesterday was 100 days out, that means today it is 99 days out.
That's right. And locally, some might be tuning in to root for someone who isn't exactly competing. Her specialty is ice. And as KGW's Devin Haskins reports, it earned her a call from Team USA's curling team. Take a look.
At the Evergreen Curling Club in Beaverton.
This is the only dedicated ice club in Oregon.
Oh, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
The Wednesday Morning Curling League gets a few games in.
Yeah.
Yeah! That was fantastic. I love takeout shots.
We are having a great time.
From one end to the other is just a stone's throw away. Each shot based on precision and accuracy.
That was a good one, yeah.
But of course, like any field of play, this frozen playing surface itself needs to be in top shape.
These are our pebble cans. This
Enter
is what we use
Lauren Rich.
It's a big part of preparing the ice for a curling match.
Using a wand with very specific sized holes.
The bigger the number, the smaller the holes.
Ice makers like Lauren spray tiny droplets of very purified water on the ice, which freeze on contact. The bumps, or pebbles, help the stones glide across the ice.
You're good at this.
I practice. Now we can scrape. Now we can just take off the pebble that we just put down.
Scraping, or nipping as it's called, helps flatten the pebbles to create a uniform height.
One thing that we're always watching is how the snow is building up on the blade. If it's even all the way across, that means we have a really good pebble. That means our pad is flat and that our blade is flat. All of these things need to be flat and even throughout the course of the event.
It is a very meticulous job, and like throwing a stone, is based on precision and accuracy.
But you need that pebble to be even, otherwise you can get waves in the ice and then the pebble will break down over the course of a game, so then we'll scrape that all off and start all over. Yeah, so my background is in physics and optics.
7 years ago, the former research engineer just wanted to watch curling in 2018 during the Winter Olympics. And to learn more about the sport, she went to her local curling club.
So I signed up for Learn to Curl and I went and I tried curling and here I am.
7 years later.
Yeah, I bit down hard.
She's not only switched careers.
Yeah. My full-time job is USA Curling, yeah.
But is now headed to Italy.
My phone rang one day and the head ice technician for World Curling called and he was like, hey, so we have this thing called the Olympics. Do you want to go?
A pinch me moment.
Yeah.
That she'll remember forever.
I get to go to the Olympics.
As she helps create elite level sheets of ice for the best curlers in the world.
And I think it's just really incredible to be a part of that and to watch that build up and grow and just watch how the ice changes throughout that process is really cool to be a part of.
So Lauren says that she will be there for about a month and will be the only American on the world curling team making the ice. So it was crazy to think that this whole thing started by her just watching the Olympics and then wanting to know more.
I watch the Olympics every year. Nothing's ever happened to me. So there you go. I mean, you know, the luck of the draw, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, here we go. You guys don't seem surprised that nothing's happened to me, by the way. I thought you'd be shocked, stunned.
Stick to the weather.
Hey, yesterday we put out our winter outlook. Again, we've been telling you this morning that we got about a 15-minute version that's posted all over the KGW platforms, including here on Plus. And you can just do a Google search, Rod's Winter Outlook. It will come up easily as well. So one of the snippets and the kind of the money map, if you will, the money piece of information is that I like February snow. And I like the fact that this year we'll actually have a snow event, like 6 to 12 inches. Last year we just had a little 3-inch thing that produced a touch of snow. But this year I do like a snow event, and the best chance of that happening is February. Again, my entire winter outlook, all of my research, kind of in 15 minutes we talked through the process that I go through to come up with these conclusions, that the track record in the last handful of years has been really good. So we'll see how I do this year. Okay, this is Halloween rain for Friday, tomorrow evening. This first batch of cloudiness, no moisture, just some passing mid to high level clouds that will take a sunny day and turn it into kind of a filtered sun, partly sunny day, but really nice weather overall expected today. Already picking up some of those high clouds now, looking from the Chehalem tasting room camera at Mount Hood out in Sherwood, 45. This is looking off to the west over the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club out in Aloha, and you can see some early morning pretty pink tones in the cloud cover. 41 is the temperature. It's a cool start. A lot of you are in the 30s. Kelso's 36, Salem 37, Eugene just above freezing. Ben's now down to 27. It's now down to 18 out in Baker City. And the cloudiness will work itself across all of our state. So that's what you're seeing here, passing mid to high level clouds. Still looks like we wake up tomorrow morning and it's dry during the morning hours. So all week we've been tracking this, and it's looked like most of the week up until now that the heavy rain ban would maybe just hold out until after trick-or-treat, and Portland could get some light rain ahead of it. But now Futurecast actually brings the main rain ban in. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow evening through 9 o'clock. So if this is correct, it will be steady, widespread rain for the trick-or-treaters tomorrow evening, and that steady rain ban is a slow mover. It may not start to exit the valley until at some point Saturday afternoon. And then after that, Sunday does carry a scattered shower threat, but overall Sunday looks to be pretty quiet and pretty dry. How much rain are we talking? So this is from that rain band that comes in late tomorrow into Saturday afternoon. This particular model says we could get an inch of rain. I will tell you all of the other models I look at, the bottom baseline seems to be at least a half of an inch of rain expected in Portland, maybe closer to an inch, and 1 to maybe some spots along the beach get upwards of 2 inches of rain. Coast forecast for today, upper 50s, passing high cloudiness. Winds are north to east, 5 to 15. Similar situation in Salem, 59. 30, 35 mile per hour gusts today along the Columbia coming out of the gorge with the east wind. Tomorrow, the rain later in the day breaks into showers, but not until maybe the back half of Saturday. Sunday, a shower chance, but really is pretty quiet. Rain picks up Monday afternoon. That's pretty wet into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That's your update.
All right. Thank you, Rod. Well, a new letter from the Trump administration is now directing leaders in Oregon and Washington to review their policies around foster parents because they say they don't align with the administration's values or constitutional law. We'll take a look at what the rules here in the Northwest say and how they apply to LGBTQ+ children next.
Hey, I'm Blair Best, and we hope you've been joining us for The Story each weeknight at 6:30. If you've got a story idea of your own, email us at thestory@kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090. We'd love to hear from you. Have a great morning, and I'll see you tonight.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
Well, a new federal warning could force major changes in how Oregon and Washington advise foster and adoptive parents.
The Trump administration just sent a letter pressuring states to review policies that require parents to affirm a child's gender identity. Libby Dowsett looks into what this could mean for kids across the Northwest.
The U.S. Administration for Children and Families just sent out a notice to Washington, similar to the one sent to Oregon last month, directing state leaders to review and possibly amend foster parent policies they say don't align with the administration's values or constitutional law. Oregon and Washington both require state foster care and adoptive parents to be supportive of kids' gender identities and preferred pronouns. Mickey Gillette with Basic Rights Oregon says that policy protects LGBTQ+ youth from discrimination.
And it's a parent's job to accept those kids and to help them grow and become themselves.
But the attorney representing Malheur County mother Jessica Bates, who is seeking to adopt children through Oregon's foster care system, says his client has been shut out of the system due to her Christian beliefs and lack of support for gender-affirming care or using a child's chosen pronouns.
Jessica is currently raising 5 children of her own. She's very capable and loving. She will love any child who's placed in her home. So excluding her solely because of her beliefs, all that does is hurt children.
Elliot Hinkle from Unicorn Solutions, which supports LGBTQ+ rights, says the last thing foster kids need is further trauma.
For many of us, trans myself, I grew up in care and I experienced conversion therapy. I'm not looking to be around people who further want to cause me more harm.
Washington's Department of Children, Youth and Families said in a statement to KGW, in part, quote, "We remain committed to ensuring children and youth are in safe homes that contribute to their development and well-being." The department stated it's still reviewing the letter from the Children and Families Administration. Bates' attorney says he's now litigating challenges to the policies in both Washington and Oregon.
These are beliefs that a man can't be a girl, or a boy can't be a girl can't become a boy. Vast majority of Americans agree with that.
But those who don't are standing by the state's policies.
Trying to protect these kids and make sure that this stage of their life is one where they feel loved and accepted.
Libby Dowsett, KGW News.
700 healthcare workers at OHSU have voted to authorize a strike, and that includes physician associates, nurse practitioners, and certified nurse midwives. Their primary concern, or what they say is an unstable workload and uncompetitive wages. But before a strike can happen, workers must give a 10-day notice to OHSU. Coming up at 8, KGW Sunrise continues live on KGW Plus with the latest on Hurricane Melissa as Jamaica works to clean up the mess left in the storm's wake.
Plus, as the government shutdown continues, SNAP benefits are set to stop. What Oregon's governor is doing to help keep families maintain food on the table. That's next.